Well, as you all know, Theresa, this had to be approved before I was allowed to talk tonight. So I have a list of things that have been said by her. And then I have the list that I'm really going to talk about here. So I knew Theresa about 20 years ago when I worked in this very building across there. This was an ugly office building with green carpet. And Theresa worked in engineering, and I used to have to come see her down there. And she was so much fun. And I would go to the Vista after 5, and Theresa was there, and she was always so much fun. And 5 Points after 5, and Theresa was always so much fun. And you get the picture of where Theresa and I would run into each other. And she was always dancing. I'm like, man, that is one dancing girl. Well, if you don't know it, Theresa is like one of the movers and shakers in the shag dance movement in South Carolina. SOS? Shagging on the Strand, right?
Well,
close enough. After 12 years
Society
together,
of Stranders.
we have a good marriage after 12 years. She says things, I don't remember what she says, so Chaz, keep notes there. And now she has become the instructor-in-chief for University 101 shag dancing. We started doing that a few years ago, and how many different classes did you go and teach shag dance to this year?
This year, 3.
She does it every semester. She has her book and her tapes, and she gets in there, and it'll be 13 girls and 3 guys, and she'll do her best with it. And I sometimes, Andy and I go to help her out. So Theresa's fun. If you ever want to go and have fun, this is a person you need to see, because she will find fun wherever she is. When I first came to work here, I knew, besides knowing Theresa before, I learned very quickly that Theresa was the role model I needed to follow, because we went to 5 Points one time after work, and every bar we went into, the bartender was one of Theresa's students. It was like, Miss Masters, don't worry, I'll take care of you. And I was like, I want to learn Theresa's trick, because she knew how to get along with everyone. And you all know Theresa stayed in perfect shape her whole life. I mean, she looks phenomenal. She always has. You wouldn't believe, though, and I'm saying what I would say to her, we used to take trips to Nakata, and we would stop for breakfast. She can eat like a lumberjack who has not had breakfast in 3 days. We would get these breakfasts, and I would get like yogurt and cereal, and she would have a plate stuffed like that and be like, do you think they have seconds here? I mean, this woman knows how to do some eating.
He doesn't exaggerate at all.
It was really 4 plates, but now lately she has become a vegan, and she has tried to convert all of us by telling us about this horrible movie called What the Health?
What the Health?
No, none of us are going to watch it. We like our meat too much. But she tries all the time to change us. And also, when it comes to food, if you're ever sick or feel down or you just need a little pick-me-up, Theresa makes the best pigs in a blanket I have ever had. I will fake sickness to have her come bring pigs in a blanket.
I don't do that anymore.
And lastly, is Gail Douglas here by any chance? She said she might come. Well, good. So, well, we're going to fess up today. Theresa and I like the coffee very, very strong. So for all these years that Gail will say, who's been using 2 packs of coffee? It was us. So now I don't know what I'm going to do in the morning when I go up and get that weak coffee, because Theresa makes it strong.
There's a few people that can do that.
But to tell you the honest about Theresa, over 12 years, she has probably been the most dedicated person in our office. And I say that because Theresa loves every one of those kids who come in, whether they're there on the first day, the last day, if they're yelling and screaming, if they're crying, and if they need an hour and a half, by gosh, they get an hour and a half. And whoever's outside, she'll say, I'm sorry, I've got this person, I've got to help. And her folks are so loyal to her that they will only see Theresa Masters, because she knows and cares about them and really takes the time to not be an advisor, but to be a mentor and a friend. So Theresa's been more than just an advisor during her time. And lastly, although her office, someone else may come in and sit in it, and we may have a new advisor, we won't be able to replace Theresa. They'll just be the new advisor, because there will never be another Theresa. So we're going to miss you.